What is up, sports fans? It's Borlock, Caesars V, and I'm very disappointed. We're on the verge of an ultimate classic, a game to be heard about for ages. A matchup between up-and-coming Bo Nix and the Broncos' #1 seed versus the Bills. Josh Allen, can he finally break the curse? Patrick Mahomes is nowhere near. He can finally maybe make it to the playoffs. All he has to do is beat the Broncos, the Texans, or the Patriots, and he can make it to that Super Bowl. The dream he's always expired. The dream he's always been inspired about. Can he finally do it? No. Why not? Because the refs don't know what fuck pass interference is. The problem is that I don't have a problem with them calling pass interference on that play. I think, honestly, that first pass was pass interference, but the play before was the exact fucking same. Anyway, it wouldn't matter because Joey Bosa was a stupid guy and realized that, I'm just going to rough the passer, which arguably wouldn't have been a bad penalty because I think the NFL's concept of pass interference is really stupid, where it's like where the foul occurred, which is really dumb in my opinion because how much it matters to the game and how often it is misinterpreted. Right? They were hand fighting. They were letting stuff slide in this game. They weren't throwing flags for every single time someone touched each other because it happened all throughout the game. But for 1 second, did they get a call from Roger Goodell saying, throw the flag on that one? It doesn't make any sense to me because it ruins the game. That is what ruins the game. It is the inconsistency of play calls. If they called, for example, if you know what I'm talking about, if they called the play before that pass interference, that was arguably more pass interference than the call they called pass interference on, then I would be fine. I would be sitting here like, okay, if they're consistent. It's the inconsistencies the referees have that have way too much of an overall thing on the game. Because if you're not going to call that first one, the DBs, the cornerbacks, the safeties are going to, and the linebackers are going to be like, okay, they're not calling it. And the coaches are going to be like, look at that play. You guys were hand fighting. They're not going to call it like that. And then you do less than that and they call it. It's insane. I do think the big play that lead them to like the goal line, after that, the second pass interference call was pass interference. You can kind of argue that it was kind of underthrown and he had to come back, and that's always like an itchy-ashy thing, and he kind of overreacted, threw his helmet down, got a personal penalty, but that's just a huge play, and I think it kind of ruined this game going to a classic, and I hate it. I hate it so much because referees, you're going to get on Twitter, you're going to get on podcasts, you're going to do all this stuff saying referees ruined the game, this game is rigged, blah, 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 blah. It was going towards a great game. Referees were doing great. They weren't really calling those pass interference plays. They were letting them play. And then out of nowhere, they got a call from upstairs. Or maybe they just felt like, oh, shit, dude. I left the oven on. I got to go home. Or like, dude, I'm getting fucking tired. Man, I'm going to party tonight. This game's fucking over. This game's no one's going to win. This game's going to go on forever. It's overtime. They could technically go on forever. So, let's just, screw it. Screw it. Throw the penalty. I'm fucking tired. It's ridiculous, right? It is utterly ridiculous how this game ended. It's disappointing, more or less. Like I said, so many times this game was going towards an ultimate classic, and the referees just kind of ruined it. Just like the Ole Miss and Miami game, that Hail Mary at the end of the game, I would call that pass interference because they called a pass interference less than that. That's the problem. That is the problem. Inconsistencies. And I have to look at sports fans, look at the NFL, look at college football and say, no more of this inconsistencies. At the start of the game, get all the players together and be like, hey, we're going to not call hand fighting, right? We're not going to, unless you tackle someone, it's not pass interference. Good. Or you get at the beginning and say, hey, if you hand fight, that's going to be flagged. But you have to get it consistent. Because if you don't get it consistent, I know it's hard in the middle of a football game, but this is a playoff game. This is a huge decision. This is a huge thing that could end this team's season. Millions of people are watching. The referees should at least have the thing. They should do pass interference. They never got a hold of it. Where it's like, hey, how about we just have a meeting with the players at the beginning of the game saying, hey, we're going to call it this way. And then consistently call it that way. That is the problem. That is why everyone says it so much. Because you can look at two plays of this game. One's pass interference, one's not. And you can think both could be or both could not. It's ridiculous. No one knows what pass interference is, and referees have no fucking clue. Inconsistency is ruining the game. And with all the gambling ads and stuff, people are thinking more than ever that it's rigged. But I don't think so. I think it's just more of just the referees honestly just shitting the bed and going like, that's pass interference or whatever. But honestly, I really think the NFL should change to the college football rules of pass interference, where it's not at the spot of the foul, because I think that's fucking ridiculous on how many times they get it wrong. And it has ruined football games many times. And then also not calling it has ruined football games many times, because like that Saints game where he got fucking tackled and it wasn't pass interference. It was insane. No one knows what pass interference is. It's been so long. There's been so much controversy and they still get it wrong. Please, NFL refs, you're paid a lot of money. NFL makes a fuck ton of money. How the fuck can you not come up with a good idea how to consistently let it be known to your referees, to the players, to the fans, to the coaches that if you're going to call it like you were that game where hand fighting was okay, then you should not throw a flag in that situation ever. Unless you threw a flag on every single similar play like that throughout the game, that should not be a flag. That's my point. Anyway, I'm disappointed. Hopefully the next game, the Seahawks and 49ers, I think, will be a great game. Let's hope. I'm praying. Anyway, what do you guys think in the comments below? Should this be a thing? I think it's ridiculous that it ended this way. Anyway, peace.